returns, this time in the form of a post-game commentary as Nocturne in the Jungle. So with the last set of Worlds missions out, I wanted to go ahead and do this. I have the unboxing and everything else already recorded. I have the Halloween event concluded, and pretty much the theme to this weekend's games are pretty much just getting those missions out of the way. So for the Worlds one, we had to kill 2 Herald, or no, that's a different one. We need to get a double kill, a killing spree, and win the game or something like that. And the thing is, when I want to curb stomp people, we go spooky. Plus, it's kind of fitting that I have his Halloween skin, and this will be coming out a few days before Halloween. As for the other thing, the other Worlds mission, it was use your ult 50 times, which, let's face it, Nocturne is great at doing, right? But seriously, if you want to do that one very, very easily, Diana's your ticket, because her ult will refresh after the Q, and you can just chain it. You can seriously get all 50 uses in one game. It doesn't even have to go that long, you just have to make sure that you land your Q. So yeah, if you're interested in the missions, you'll be kind of low on time for the Worlds one, I think, when this hits YouTube. But you'll get to see the double kill. I actually get a triple kill this game, and then killing spree. So with their team comp, if you look, they're about auto-attacking and AD for the most part. Warwick does deal some magic damage on his passive, and then Cog has his W. Right there you can see my masteries. I'm trying to get in the habit of showing, like, mousing over the rune page while it's still a thing, but that's, what, 2-3 weeks left, tops. 880 reds, 1 crit red, scaling armor yellows, scaling armor blues, and attack speed quints. So overall, this is like a dream team for Nocturne. I can blow all of them up fairly easily. And I did run into a total of 3 Warwicks while trying to get through the missions. I don't remember which one this is. I want to say this is the one that builds properly, while I ran into 2 others that were trying to play him like they used to with the Blood Razor and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Blood Razor is just not that good at the moment with all these new tank items right there. I think I was trying to point out a pre-made or something. And it's going to be even worse with the Frozen Heart change. They're putting more armor on it so it does less damage, and there's no bonus health aspect to the Frozen Heart, so there's literally nothing. And what's worse is it has the attack speed dampened, so yeah. Blood Razor is in a very bad spot right now. I can still find use for it on Shyvana. I don't know if I record... Like, I record a ton of games while doing these missions. I did an Udyr game where I was trying it out. I tried Fervor Battle on him. With Fervor, you're a lot better at, like, dueling. It's just your clears aren't as good. I don't know if I'm going to show the Udyr game because we seriously did make a guy rage quit at the 2-minute mark. But anyway, we have a Garen, and if you notice, he's running Grasp of the Undying, because generally Garens that I see will run Storm Raiders, that way they can run someone down. This guy, if I remember correctly, wins lanes still, so I'm not entirely sure how GP messed that up, but oh well. As for Ziggs, he's going up against Yasuo. Overall, I wouldn't say it's like the wisest pick, because everything of Ziggs is a skill shot, and Yasuo can block everything other than the ult with his wind wall. So one of the things you will see is he'll just throw up his wind wall and walk away, since Ziggs has to get through the wall, around it, or whatever in order to keep attacking. So, what was the other Worlds event I mentioned, use your ult 50 times, then win 2 games or something, and that was Diana. The other Halloween event was play games over the course of the week where a total of 30 skins are used. You can use the same skin over and over, yes. And enemy team and allies do count, so... Like, best case scenario, you can knock this out in 3 games, but you may have to play more, which is what I ended up having to do, and hence why I have a bunch of games that I'm probably not even going to upload. But you will see a Diana game this weekend. I have to provide the post-game commentary for that. I'm probably going to throw in the unboxing or something at the end, or I'm going to add something to the video itself. But Yeah, I mean, Diana was the single best one I'd say to do these missions because you can spam the ult. For the Halloween missions, she's very good at taking the dragon once you have her Gnasher's Tooth because she has all that attack speed. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not pre-made. We're just screwing around. And you'll get the a Christopher Walken reference in a moment. I have a fever, and the prescription is more cowbell.
This place disgusts me.
That probably is my favorite Alistar skin, to be honest. It's just that I think it's up for early sale right now. It's just I'm not gonna get it. If I got it out of a box or something, that'd be great. Spoilers, I do not get that skin out of a box, clearly, since I opened everything I had. So one neat thing about the honor capsules, though, was they gave me, like, 5 keys, I think? And I'm not talking fragments, I mean whole... Actually, it might have been, like, 4 keys. But, as a result, I can open a lot more boxes than normal. Those are probably the only way I'm actually going to be able to get enough keys to open all my boxes, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, this week's box video, I'm not going to bother. I might show like the level 1 to 6 just to show how to lane when your jungler screws you. But it was as a Kali. In case you're wondering, before I actually focus solely on this game, I had a Vi seriously suiciding to Fiora, my opponent, and I was playing Akali, and I had to slowly crawl my way back into that game, and level 6 I was able to kill her. So, right here is... I've been seeing these invades a lot more recently, and what really screwed me over here is Gangplank is here, but Garen is a no-show. Like, Garen doesn't really do anything to take advantage of it, and as a result I get set back, but I'll get revenge, don't worry. And we're going AD Nocturne, and if you look at the link of the video, you'll see me go full build here. You'll get to see exactly what I can do with a full build Nocturne. Right there I was trying to point out, Gangplank left lane, walked over to the jungle, walked back, and he's still beating Garen in CS. Something's wrong with that picture. Like, what's worse is the level 1 Gangplank queue. Was it Shen that I did my video against? But you can see that it doesn't really do much for you early. I mean, you do get, like, the Bandit gold, and GP was buffed as of this patch so that he gets more gold from last hit with the Q to kind of make you want to shoot them a little less. But as I was saying, you still do get more gold for the Bandit proc rather than the last hit. And you get so little Silver Serpents early that I'd argue it's not really, like, worth it to just shoot them. So right there we feared each other. And I don't have any sort of mana regen here.
This place disgusts me.
So that's one of the things that hurts, but like I said, you will see a full recovery here and how to deal with them. One of the major problems I've had is that my teammates don't react to the enemy jungler. This is just in games in general, not just this one. And basically, they give the jungler free reign. They say, here, you get to do whatever you want for the first 7 minutes of the game. And then we are going to cry because you used those 7 minutes to actually get ahead instead of sitting around scratching our asses like we did. And what's worse is the teams I've had at the end of season, they're idiots. Plain and simple. These guys are so stupid they can't do anything without you there to hold their hand. Luckily, this team is probably the most competent one I had, which sadly is not saying much, but oh well. So anyway, we have everything set up on Nocturne now in terms of skills. In case you're wondering, your passive is Umbral Blades. You deal 20% more bonus. It's not bonus damage, but it's more damage.
Are you getting tired?
So right there, the fear has expired. And wait for it. Yeah, he took a tower shot. So that gave blue buff over to Ziggs. So you have to remember, that's the type of rocket scientist I'm up against, and he's still outplaying my teammates in just his general moves. But anyway, right here we finally have enough gold to actually get some items. I don't have enough to wait for the talisman, but overall I'm not really too concerned about mana because I can just rely on my auto attacks to clear. When the machete actually does give you attack speed in the coming season, it'll be a lot more valuable on Nocturne. And unfortunately that change is very much necessary because they are putting out this half-baked rune system. And you could very well make an argument that half-baked is being generous. So anyway, I'm not far enough along to get level 6 on this. So right there, Garen hit level 6, I believe, and went all in, or... Can't quite see. Right here, this is clearly not warded because I get in behind them, and that's pretty much the easy death. So that's Sona's stack bounty hunter. And there's Cogs. I believe it was red buff that killed him. So right there, that's 2 stacks, and as a result, I'm much, much stronger now. I should be able to beat Warwick in a straight-up fight. I'd like to say I'm kind of exaggerating with that, but remember, he's going to deal 3% increased damage, while I'm going to deal 3.5 to him because of how his double-edged sword is going to work. And then after I start picking off others, because remember, I haven't ulted yet, I can get that even higher. And Warwick's going to be very, very miserable this game. I seriously do make him suffer for that early game move. But anyway, going back to Nocturne's moveset, your Q is Dusk Trail. You throw out the blade, it leaves a wake of darkness in its trail. The darkness gives you the ability to run through units, it gives you AD, and if you hit an enemy champion with it, they will leave the Dusk Trail behind them as they run around, so you get to chase them down a lot more easily. Sadly, you will see me get creep blocked to death near the end of the game, which is so stupid. I think I've talked about creep block in the past, and my feelings towards it have not changed in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, right here I just want to go ahead and collect some easy CS, pressure him off the tower a bit. And remember, Ziggs did have to flash to get around that wall. I threw that as more of a deterrent type thing. And keep in mind, Warwick knows where I am as long as that marker's over my head. This kind of tells you how close he is to me also, because it doesn't have a very big radius early. So I think Yasuo flashed right there at the very end. Anyway, W is your Shroud of Darkness. You will basically cloak yourself in darkness, which is a spell shield. It'll block the next incoming ability. So anyway, the Shroud has a passive effect of just giving you attack speed, and the active effect is if you successfully block a spell, that passive attack speed bonus is doubled. Your E is Unspeakable Horror. I guess Ziggs was blaming himself, I don't really remember, but it's not really a big deal. Your E is Unspeakable Horror. It's a tether type move. If the enemy does not break the tether in time, well, then they get feared like that. So sadly, nothing for the first ult. I had to use that more as a disengage, because if they didn't peel off, I could just jump on Cog, which, don't worry, I will do later. So right there we give the kill over to Twitch, not exactly intentionally, but it's still good because I already have her bounty hunter stack. And ultimately that turns the whole skirmish in the bot lane from a 1-for-1 into a 2-for-1. Basically 2 of them for just our support. But anyway, with the completed jungle item I do have a little bit of mana regen, but it's not really an impressive amount. Like, I'm really curious how some of the characters are going to manage their mana in the upcoming season. Here you can see his genius in action. So he does end up getting feared out of the Zigzal, but he's still fighting in a minefield. Anyway, that's the third stack. So now if I fight him, I'm dealing 4.5 damage, assuming he's running double-edged sword. And as per usual, we're going to be going heavy in lethality. I will be building a mortal reminder this game so I can deal with Warwick sustain. It's also going to help with Gangplank since he has his orange and everything. But anyway, to wrap things up, your ult is Paranoia. You blot out the light from the area for a period of time, scaling off the rank of the ult. In case you were curious, the fear duration also scales with rank. Of your E, that is. And then, while the darkness is blotted out, if the enemies are within a huge radius of you, you just hop over to them and ruin their day. So right here I just wanted to basically clear the wave. And right here I was thinking Warwick's on his way. So overall, a very, very ambitious move by Alistar that pays off again. So for some reason, Cog decides to blow him up instead of me because he's going to recall anyway right here. Since he has gold, he needs to go buy, resupply, etc. Me, on the other hand, I could have actually kept going in the jungle and stuff. Like so. But the counter argument to that, of course, would be that the jungle item does give me lifesteal, so I can just heal up off this. Plus I have the healing from Umbral Blades. Like that. So you can see I'm not really losing a lot of health. And we see 2 people top. Ziggs whiffed his ult again, but don't worry, they will get better. And since I have the long con in mind, I want to deal with this. So notice we now know where Warwick is. I know this is uncontested. So one thing I try to point out in every single Nocturne game I play is that Dragon Breath is magic. You can spell shield it and get your double attack speed bonus. Combine that with the bonus AD you get from Dust Trail, you can cut into Dragon pretty well. So right there we now have double Infernal. And in case you're wondering, this is going to be a 5-dragon game, which you can tell because of how the timer is playing out. So unfortunately we do lose the top tower, but I'd say it's very much worth an Infernal Dragon. We've got the better end of the trade there because that's going to boost our late game power. Remember, we have a Twitch. They have Cog, so they do have that, but like we have a hyper carry of our own and one who can offset the Cog damage. And yes, that is the proper build Warwick. So he has Ninja Tabi to try to deal with some of my bursts. It's not going to do much for him. He has the Tiamat and the Cinderhulk. And remember, wards do give you EXP, so as a result I did level up off that. So I'm not entirely sure what he was getting at there, but then Yasuo goes and does that, and stack them 4. So the only one left now is Gangplank. Poor Yas. He had it coming though. He's a freaking Yasuo. Like, one thing I've been seeing in the end of the season that annoys the hell out of me is this might be like one of 2 actual AP mid laners I've had. Like, I've had people who want to play Zed, who want to play Talon, who want to play GP, and all three of them suck. They feed their asses off, and they have no contribution to the game whatsoever. And then the beautiful part is when you get a Yasuo who feeds as much as the previous three combined, and still has no effect. Like, if you ever wonder why I hate AD mid laners so much, it's because people don't know how to play them properly. They don't put the effort into learning them or anything, they just pick them, feed, and leave.
Do I scare you, summoner?
So right here I need to look for my next victim. I have 45 seconds on the ult, so we need to try to set up some vision in the meantime. And the Duskblade is basically a superior form of the sweeper, I'd say. I know for sure when something is or is not warded. So right there we got the GP ult, which is a very good trade, I'd say. Like, we didn't burn anything special. It was the Twitch Q and my E, I think, both of which are fairly short cooldown. But the thing to note here is if you look at my EXP bar, I can kill 2 jungle camps and hit level 11. Once I hit level 11, the range on my ult is going to be bigger, it's going to have a lower cooldown, and most importantly, it's going to deal more damage. So, like, one of my favorite things on Nocturne is when you get someone who is adamant about split pushing, like a Master Yi or something. Because of the way your ult works, you can ruin their day so damn well. Especially when you remember, Nocturne is a very good duelist in his own right, because he has CC on his E, he has a bunch of various combat steroids, the Q is AD, the W is attack speed, E is movement speed. He excels at killing stuff. So right here we can tell this is warded because as soon as I come in, he runs away. He says hi, so I have to go kill his teammates. So there was once a Yasuo. And if you remember what I just said, so right there I smite him, we force him to ult, and I could follow the dust trail after him if I were so inclined, it's just, he got the memo. He's not welcome in these parts. By the way, the next dragon is Water, which is actually pretty good when you have the 2 Infernals and a Ziggs, or at least someone who excels at sieging. And Nivea, for example, would be another one. And the reason for that being is now that you have the bonus AP and just general damage, by getting some form of mana regen for them, they can actually take more of those empowered shots. So generally I'd say like Water Dragon is best at the very beginning of the game. That way you have all that game time where it's actually taking effect. But do not underestimate it if you actually have Infernals or Earth Dragons or something along those lines, because it will augment your siege significantly. But anyway, the ult is coming off cooldown. Bye, Yas. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any vision on Warwick. So there goes GP, the one stack I still need to get. And I can just go ahead and deny all that vision. I'm also going to grab the fruit because I need the mana. And right here I'm a little divided on which route I should take exactly, but I want to get some vision out so I can see them coming, that way if they are going to try to contest the dragon I can just turn and go on them. And this is one of the few teams I've had where they actually reacted to the dragon. They'd say, holy crap, this thing is coming up, maybe we should do something. And this is in sharp contrast to a game where I played as Shyvana. I'd like to say I'm exaggerating this feat of stupidity, but holy crap. So the enemy team gets the Rift Herald, they drop it at mid, and they seriously take the entire base because my asshole teammates would not leave their lanes. They threw the entire game away like that. Seriously, at 20 minutes, we were winning extremely hard, and then they just say, here, we do not wish to win this game. It is your win. makes me very nervous when I want to do the twisted tree line placement since, like, how do you even put it into words? It's like, it's not a skill difference or anything, it's just sheer stupidity why people do that. And right here I was hoping to get this. Warwick's gonna show up, we're gonna trade a couple hits, but it's not really much I can do. In case you're wondering, I'm not gonna get my tier 2 boots until near the end of the game. I'm gonna be banking on the Ghost Blade giving me enough movement speed to get to where I need to go. And right here I'm more interested in the minions, to be honest. As for which one of us would win if we actually kept going, the odds are in his favor because I don't have the Executioner's Calling just yet. Both of us rely heavily on auto attacks for our sustained damage. He has the innate attack speed steroid from his W, and all that just kind of adds up. But anyway, for Nocturne, I like to get the max CDR. So see, he finally got one. So in order to do that, I need a 4th CDR item. Now I also need a lifesteal item, so that way I can skirmish a whole lot better. So as a result, my lifesteal item is going to be Death Stance this game. It actually does allow me to heal up off my abilities, if I remember correctly, so I'm going to be very, very difficult to kill later. And I think right here we're going to lose a tower fight. So yeah, I tried to save Twitch, I ended up getting rooted in place and go down. So Garen goes extremely ham, and dies to Cog. Yep. In case you're wondering, I think the reason he ignited there is because he didn't know if Alistar had flash up. He was kind of afraid he might just flash to safety, Moby Boots kick in, and he is gone. That's kind of what I'm suspecting, but I don't know for certain. So right here I can just pull this up, it's not really a big deal. Make sure that the Ghost Blade's in the correct place in case he wants to fight. And hey, there's GP and Yasuo. I recall I still need 1 stack. So this is beautiful. Watch. So right there I deny his barrel and he is screwed. He fail flashes, dies to an auto attack, and yeah. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, he tossed his barrel right in my face. Did he seriously expect me to ignore that and not pop it? So keep in mind, right there when I killed Cog, that was without Thunderlords, by the way. That was just the Duskblade, the ult, and the Q. So right here I end up getting ulted by the Warwick. And I didn't think Ziggs would die that fast. Like, he didn't even get the fear out of Warwick. Warwick had that to still kill me.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
But anyway, with a GP down, that is the 5th and final stack of Bounty Hunter. Basically, heads are going to roll from here on out. So overall, I'd say Alistar was making the correct choice there. He needs to pulverize, which he failed to do. And here we can go ahead and get to... Ah, I didn't buy it yet. Oh, I was looking at it as selling the refillable to buy a Vamp Scepter, which I end up not doing anyway. I was thinking, can someone get a tower real quick, and then I'd have enough, and then something got my attention, so I just rushed out of base. my next dragon's coming up. I believe the next two are water dragons. You can see that Warwick pretty much has control over my jungle. There's not really much I can do about that because I'm not getting help from the team and trying to control that, so I'm just trying to focus on kills. Now, in order to secure the dragon, one of the best things you can do is take an enemy combatant off the map. Do you see anyone horribly out of position who is coincidentally immobile? Why, hello, Cog. Good night. And to add insult to injury right there, I spell shielded his passive. So I spell shielded the Dragon Breath, use the AD boost from the Dust Trail, and it goes down very, very quickly. So that's dragon number 4, water dragon number 2. And there is time for a 5th to spawn. So right here, Ziggs does not go down without a fight. Right here, we're going to force Flash out of Warwick. But Sona's cornered. Now, while they push that out, I wanted to clear the jungle camp because what I'm looking for is level 16, my rank 3 ult, basically. Hi, Warwick. Remember me? So yeah, Cog is pretty far behind. But right here, my eyes are on the bot lane, because there's CS to be had and a certain pirate who does not know his place. So Garen's showing up as reinforcements, but just like Ashley Riot, I am my own reinforcements. So down he goes. Now if you notice my buff bar, I used Green Fathers on my way down, so that adds even more damage to my burst. Thunderlord's procced there, Duskblade, all of this added together is just insane for squishy targets. The Green Fathers is best against tanky guys, but still, taking 3% off the enemy with your initial hit, that's pretty damn devastating. But right here I have 3,000 gold. I genuinely don't care. Don't worry, we'll be fighting Baron. So right there I could have gotten my Swifties, but I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get over here in time. You can see they're gathering top, and they're trying to split push, which isn't really working for them. Like, they're not adapting in any way, shape, or form. They're just basically giving me free reign of the map. And, like, to measure my influence on the game, pay attention to how many kills I have relative to how many kills the team has in total. In case you're wondering, yes, I was contemplating ulting Yasuo there.
An enemy has been slain.
Final item, like I said earlier, is going to be the Mortal Reminder, though. So right here, this is a bad Baron call. I went along with it just because the team did. We don't have a tank here. I'm a Glass Cannon Assassin. We have an AD carry and an AP carry with us. There's seriously no way for us to do this, even with Death Stance. So right here we're going to get very low. Right there, Alistar screwed up my fear. And I'm going to throw out the Duskblade to kind of serve as a deterrent and also disable some of his Mobies a little bit longer to potentially give Alistar a chance to run away. So right here they're making the Baron call, and right here I want the red buff. This is for two reasons. First of which is it's going to give me healing as I wail on it, and second of which is it's going to give me red buff when I go and kill them. So I kind of spoiled this earlier saying, hey, I do get a triple kill somewhere in this game. My Baron, my Cog, my Yasuo, and you guessed it, my Warwick. So, that does meet the criteria for the double kill. I did get one earlier with the first gank to bot lane where I killed both Cog and Sona. So basically that's all you have to do to complete that one, and Like, one of the nice things about Nocturne's ult is you get to pick your fights more often than not, so you can guarantee you get that killing spree also. So right there, those requirements are met, the only thing left to do is win the game. And just keep in mind, if you are trying to get the elemental dragons, you may want to draw the game out a little bit. Right here is when I get creep blocked to death. So what I should have done right here is activate Ghostblade or Flash or something, because I eat a free GP ult and then I get slowed by GP and Cog. There's literally nothing I can do. I had to have moved earlier in order to get away. Like, even if the fear went off, he could have just popped his orange and kept going. I got screwed over by the creeps. But anyway, if you look at how much gold I have, it was overdue to go back anyway. So there we go with the Mortal Reminder. Right here I want Ninja Tabby, that's what it was. So yeah, due to all the auto attacks and AD they have on their team, I want Tabby this game, that's what it was. That's why I didn't buy anything earlier, because it costs 800 instead of 6. So in case you're wondering about the Tabby, Yasuo Q, Gangplank Q, anything from Cog and most of Warwick stuff all count as auto attacks. The Tabby is going to cut into all of that. So right here we have hit full build right around the 30-minute mark, and that's pretty good, all things considered. Sadly, I don't have enough to get the elixir, but I'm still freakishly strong. So anyway, 5th dragon is coming up, and my team is going to kind of botch this. So watch Twitch. So he's decent, like he's even. And Yasuo is going to go ahead and kill him. I kill Yasuo, but Twitch for Yasuo is a good trade for the enemy team. It's like right here we go in on Warwick. We basically fear each other. And right there we bottle up, so we get the crescendo to the face. We end up taking out Warwick, which is going to give us a window to actually steal this dragon. So right there I pop my Ghostblade so I can go ahead and get out. Throwing the dust trail behind me so that I can damage whoever's following. And like last time, right here I'm looking for something to lifesteal off of. I didn't think they were going to take this as fast as they did, but they did. And then Zeus steals it, so that's dragon number 5, water number 3. So in case you're wondering, that's basically the last nail in the coffin, because as Twitch is saying, that's 5 dragons. As soon as we get Elder, that's literally game over. We will heal probably faster than they can actually hurt us, and we will hit them so freakishly hard. The true damage from the Elder, as well as the amplified damage from the boosted Infernal Dragons. So right here, Twitch is lamenting going against Nocturne, which I wholly understand. There's a reason this guy is my most played jungler. Funny part is, a lot of people say he's weak right now, but if you do put the time into him, he is extremely good. So right here, Twitch is dueling Yasuo. He's unaware that Cog, Sona, and Warwick are right here. I was kind of hoping Ziggs would go up to help him, but still, that was just a bad fight for Twitch. He completely tunneled, and yeah. Like, if Ziggs could have gotten up there, that would have been one thing. You have to remember, due to Ghostblade, I can't outrun Warwick in the short term. So right here I was going to argue with him, but I just decided to ignore him. Then he pushes the issue, and then I have to say, dude, you're blind. In case you're wondering what exactly I'm talking about this, even if we did go up there, he was going to be so wounded, Warwick would have gotten up there, Sona gives a ton of movement speed. It would have been a 3v3, and then we would have lost because they would have been healthier than us.
An enemy has been slain.
But anyway, right here, hey Cog, peekaboo, time to die. So watch this, I spell shielded crescendo. So unfortunately I do have to eat the true damage, but that was totally worth blocking a high impact ult like that. And then right here I'm healing by throwing out my Q. I also get a little bit of healing from Alistar's Triumphant Roar, that's what the passive is called. And the game is winding down. So you will not actually see the rank that I got in this game, but if you look at the KDA, this was an S plus Nocturne game. Second one I've had this season that's been recorded. So right there, they surrender. We get the coveted double explosion. You can see the mission screen, and then we are out of here. So we have to get these out of the way, and I will show the ward. Well, acquiring the ward, I won't show the ward itself. But anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.